About a month ago, I started disassembling my layout. Here is day one. I'm Tom Kovichak, and this is Tom's Trains and Things. This channel was created to help other modelers who are in need of guidance in pursuing their dream of building a model railroad. And one of these days, you're going to have to disassemble that model railroad. Whether it be if you're moving or you don't like it or you just want to change the position of it, it doesn't matter what it is. But I am moving, so I had to disassemble everything, and it was hard to do. Let me tell you, it's not an easy task. I mean, pulling the stuff off, physically it's easy, but mentally it is not easy. All that work, all that years of work that goes into building a model railroad for yourself, you see it just falling apart and being disassembled piece by piece. Now I'm going to show you day one where I started packing things away. It took me a long time. It took me about 8 hours to get most of the buildings and rolling stock and locomotive removed. So here we go. Okay, today is September 23, and I'm going to do a video of me packing things up, moving out. And so we're going to call this day one of the move out, and I'll probably have another one where we move in. But so far, and I got ahead of myself, and I already started packing everything that was on my workbench right here, the electronic projects. I packed up these totes. This was basically all my DCC++ stuff, and I added a little bit more things to it. And two other ones. This was my 4 tortoise switch machines and some other project stuff. And this is all the JMRI and CMRI and sensors. This is day one. It is 2:45 in the afternoon. We went to Home Depot earlier and got some boxes. We got a dozen medium boxes, 7 big boxes, a couple of rolls of bubble wrap, some more tape, some big 45-gallon plastic bags for stuff that we're going to take out of the closets and give to Goodwill. So it's back to work. I gotta get that tote out. Well, let me get everything off the layout and stack it up here so I could start putting those things back in the boxes. The nifty nabber comes in handy. This little thing right here for grabbing stuff. Okay, these are most of the rolling stock that I had stored over in that area there. These all have the knuckle couplers, and those have the horn hook couplers right there. I still have some coal cars in the back, and over here I have a bunch of cars, and scattered all through the layout I have more cars. That nifty nabber is ideal for picking up things when you don't want to reach over and knock over anything else on the layout. I'm picking up all my coal cars over there and a few more items in the back. Trying to get my locomotives together here. Put that over here. My little Pennsylvania switcher. Now my GP7s, GP9s, RS3s. behind the Doritos. These are all horn hook couplers. Three more horn hook and two more knuckle. See if we get that right there. Oh, here it is. Let's see if I can zoom out. And there's my motive power that I had on there, and two trains that I was running. I ran one with I had this one tote, and I think. Now here is a tote of items that I got at train shows that I never unboxed. So you can see I have quite a few things in here. Stuff that I didn't take out of the box yet. What I'm going to do, I'm going to box up these three locomotives here, transfer all this stuff to a medium-sized Home Depot box so I can put my buildings in a tote. Okay, I got my GP9 without sound right here. GP7 without sound, and I put this in a box upside down. How am I going to live with myself? And a GP7 with sound, all Bachman. Okay. So now I got to find. I have another tote that I have the box with the RS3 and the switchers. I have a Pennsylvania and I have a B&O over there in the tote. I got a Shea and the F7 A and B unit. I'm going to get all those together, get all my locomotives and put them all together, and then find the empty boxes for my rolling stock, which is in another tote that I got to get out. And I got some. Now the fun part, I got all these boxes. This was one tote. I had some stuff in here. Here's all my just plugs. You can see all the tubes that I have there that I got for about $2, $2.50 at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to get this out of the way. I'm going to find the rolling stock that goes in those boxes. Well, I'm packing up all my locomotives. I got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them going. I got my 440 just about to pack up. But I got the box out for my Shea. And I looked in my stack of locomotives. And I can't find my Shea anywhere. My other locomotives in. And it wasn't in there because I got those left. I got two S2 switchers, two FBA and FB F7A and B. I got my 210-2, and I got, oh wait a minute, that's my 282, and this is my 210-0. Both of those are BLI. Got my two S2s, 440, and my Shea is nowhere to be found. Have you ever tried putting the locomotives back into the boxes the way they came? They just don't fit right. The boxes just bulge and they won't close, and the locomotive doesn't fit in the little slots like you want them to. That's my predicament here. guess my shade will turn up somewhere. But I'm going to stick this box in the locomotive box because I got every other locomotive packed. There's 16 of them. This makes 17 if I ever find. Alright, it's about almost 5:30 and I finally found my shay in a little tote like this that had all my wood pulp cars in it. Finally. Alright, got it packed. Okay, just finished doing the rolling stock. I guess I have all the rolling stock in this box here, in boxes and bubble wrap. And as you can see, I'm watching Sparky's live stream. It's Wednesday night and it's 7:48. So I'm gonna rest a little bit and try to do some more. There it all is, right there. Okay, it's about 10:35. I just filled up 3 totes with all my buildings. And the only thing I got left is way back in the corner. Here are a few views of where all the scenery and the buildings were, including the bridge, the industrial area, all that good stuff that was up there. So right now I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, I'm going to take 3 of the totes down. I got a whole stack of totes. I got 3 totes there and some plastic containers. I might put those plastic containers in a box. Don't know yet, but it looks pretty bare over there. I got to get a ladder and put it on the steps and try to get that tie and plank mill sitting up on top of the hill there. That is a white metal kit, so it's pretty delicate. So I have to be careful with that, extra careful with that. And I'll be taking the fascia off so I can get to all the screws underneath, so I could separate that one piece right there and maybe get that downstairs tomorrow night, hopefully. I got my work cut out for me, but most of the buildings are done. I got one more tote that I got to put the rest of these buildings in. I have those buildings right there. Those are actually half buildings. That was part of Smedleyville. Those were 2 of the blocks of Smedleyville. That one back there is Smedleyville, and this one is Smedleyville. There's 2 lift-out doors there. The only thing I'll have left is those flats in the back. And that would be it. So tomorrow morning we take Sadie to the vet. Right after that, I gotta go get some blood work done. We gotta stop off at Home Depot and get some small boxes and some more shrink wrap. We went through 1.5 rolls of shrink wrap already. We got a dozen medium boxes and 7 large boxes. We're going to use the large boxes for Debbie's quilts and other stuff that's bulky but not too heavy. But we got to get some small boxes because she put in DVDs and a bunch of her knickknacks in a medium box, and it is a little bit too heavy, so we're going to put them in the smaller boxes. So that's it for right now. It's 10:40. Tomorrow is another day. You could probably read it in my face how difficult it was for me to remove everything from that layout. I spent 8 years putting that thing together in this room right here, right in this spot, right where I'm sitting. And to see it all go was really tough for me. But I got a new one coming, and hopefully it's soon. Monday we're going to go out and look at about 6 different houses. We got one house picked out that, you know, is number 1, but we want to see a little bit more. Our house has been on the market for almost a week now. We've been averaging about 1 viewing a day. Tomorrow we got 2 views. And so hopefully we get this thing sold and get an offer on another house, so I could get started on a new layout. And so we could show you day 1 of the new layout. But I have some more days that I recorded, but they're on the other computer, which is in storage right now. So for me to go get it, I'd have to bring it back here and copy all the files off of that and put it on this computer here so I could edit it. So I don't know if I'll be doing that. Maybe if we're here for a couple of weeks or more, I'll bring it back over here and copy all those files and do another video. But for right now, this is day 1, and you'll see day 1 of a new beginning in a new layout shortly. Hopefully it's shortly. So until the next time, we'll see you. All right, this is our first load of going into the storage. I filled up the van. I had to take out 1 tote so I can get the hand truck in there, and there's our storage unit right here. It's a 10 by 20. That was the first shipment right there. We got many more to come. Whew, that was tough. Load number 2, not as big as load number 1, but a lot of small stuff. So tomorrow's another day. We're gonna go get some ice cream.